Hello children, this video we are going to see about how wheels reduce friction and about fluid friction. Okay, so first let us see how wheels reduce friction. We know that when an object rolls over a surface, rolling friction is produced, which resists its motion on the surface. Yes, so when an object rolls over any surface, rolling friction is produced, which will be opposite to the movement on the object on the surface. However, its magnitude is lesser than the static and sliding friction. So what is meant by magnitude? Its strength. So its strength will be lesser than the static and sliding friction. Wheels are circulating objects that turn around a center point. So we know we have seen wheels. So how the wheels are? The wheels are circulating object which will turn around a center point. Yes. The wheels allow an object to roll over a surface. So you can see wheels in the vehicle. Yes. So how the car is moving? Because of the rolling of the wheel. Yes. So wheels allow an object to roll over a surface rather than allowing them to slide over the surface. So because of the wheels, because of the presence of wheels, it can roll, an object can roll over a surface, okay, which is easier to allow the object to move than sliding over the surface. This result in less friction. So due to the rolling of the wheel, so as the wheels allow an object to roll, it will reduce the friction and hence easy movement of the object is possible. So rolling friction is also used in some parts of the machines that are moving continuously. If you are seeing certain machines will continuously moving with the help of rolling friction. Yes. So rolling friction is also used in some part of certain machines which will move continuously. In this way, sliding friction is removed with the help of rolling friction. We can say one more example. We used to use trolley bags. So that travel bag, we can see there is a wheel. Yes. So then sliding friction, that means when we are sliding and moving the object, it's very difficult. We have to apply more force. But the presence of wheel in the trolley bag, it will help to roll the object, roll the bag over the surface smoothly. Yes. So the sliding friction is removed with the help of rolling friction, which is caused due to wheel, due to the presence of wheel. Okay, so not only that, we know friction will produce heat or sometime it will cause wear and tear of mechanical parts. Yes, so due to the presence of wheels, we can reduce the production of heat or wear and tear of the mechanical parts. Okay, so the rolling friction in the wheel help to remove the sliding friction and allow the easy movement of the object. Not only wheels, nowadays ball bearings also used in fans and bicycles to reduce friction. So here you can see the picture of ball bearings which is present in between the wheels, or so it is used in fans and bicycle, which will allow the easy rotation of the mechanical parts. The next one is about fluid friction. So what is meant by fluid friction? Air, water and other liquids are collectively called as fluids. Yes? So fluids means air, water and any type of liquids are called as fluids. So these fluids also exert a frictional force on the object that travels through them. So ship can travel in the sea or in the ocean. Yes. So when the ship is traveling, there will be a frictional force which is exerted by the seawater. Okay. So fluid friction means the frictional force which is exerted by the fluid on the object is called as fluid friction. Okay, so fluid friction means the frictional force which is exerted by the fluid on the object. It is also called as drag. Okay, so the other name of fluid friction is drag. The amount of frictional force by a fluid on an object depends upon certain characters. Okay, so the amount of frictional force exerted by the fluid over an object depends upon certain characters. They are the speed of the object with respect to the fluid. So the amount of frictional force depends on the speed of the object. Then nature of the fluid, that is its viscosity or its tendency to resist the flow. Okay, so the amount of frictional force by a fluid on an object depends on speed of the object, nature of the fluid and shape of the object. Okay, so these are the three main characters which we will consider when we are seeing about the amount of frictional force by a fluid on an object. Now, fluid friction, it comprises internal and external friction. So, internal friction means the friction which is exerted by the fluid in the inner surface of an object, and external friction means the friction which is exerted by the fluid on the outer surface of an object. So, fluid of internal friction occurs between the molecules of a liquid as they are also in motion. So, internal friction occurs between the molecules of a liquid. You know, water is a liquid which contains molecule. It is a molecule. Yes. So, there is a movement of molecules. So, fluid friction, internal friction will occur between the molecules of a fluid. So, the viscosity of a liquid depends upon the internal friction. External friction in fluid is the force exerted by the fluid on the object that flows through it. Okay, so any object which is flowing through the fluid, external force is applied by the external friction is applied by the fluid, which is the force exerted by the fluid on the object that flows through it. As an object travels in a fluid, it loses its energy in order to overcome the fluid friction. So, for this, let us consider one example. We are swimming in the pond. Okay, so there is a fluid friction which is exerted by the water in the pond. Yes, so we have to swim in the pond with the loss of energy. Yes, we are exposing our energy, we are putting our effort to swim in the pond in order to overcome the fluid friction. Okay, children. So, as an object travels in a fluid, it loses its energy in order to overcome the fluid friction. Hence, things that can easily flow in fluids. So we can see sheep, birds, then certain things they have special shapes. That means fish, they have special shapes which will help them to easily flow in fluids. So they can overcome the fluid friction and easily travel in the fluids. Okay, so you can see ship can travel in the sea, boat can travel in the sea. They are having certain shapes which will make them to travel in the fluid by overcoming the fluid friction. Okay. So now we can see ships and boats, they have particular shape that allow them to resist fluid friction. Now here you can see in the picture aeroplane and birds. Birds also you can see streamlined body shape as. So the streamlined body shape of birds and aeroplane have a specific shape which will allow them to fly in the air. Then fishes also have a specific shape such as tail and fins which allow them to swim in the water. And as they have specific shape, it prevents the loss of energy due to fluid friction. Not only this, all the vehicles are designed in a way that they can resist the fluid friction because air is present everywhere which will resist the movement of an object. Okay, so every object is designed in a certain shape in order to resist the fluid friction. Understood, children? So frictional force means which will opposes the movement of an object in order to prevent the loss of energy and in order to move the object smoothly. We are designing certain shapes to an object which will prevent the loss of energy and which will allow the smooth movement of an object. Understood, children? I hope you have understand about the frictional force, fluid friction, and internal external frictional force which is applied by the fluid. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you.